Gut. Kleine ist da.
Have either of the assault cruisers?
Und bist aufgeregt? Wir laufen gerade zu ihr. Voll niedlich gemacht.
Have you seen this man? Reward offers for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist video. And exciting to the local Bourne embassy.
This is Halcyon News.
Na,
My comm center already got an update ping from the backup relay. I trust everything went smoothly. Thanks. That's odd. The only messages in the queue are encrypted ones. Looking at the transmission logs, the relay hasn't received a single unencrypted message in the past 36 months. Must be on account of some new security red tape. Well, whatever's the cause, the board and the Earth Minister will see it sorted. Thanks again for saving my derriere. I secured quite the payment authorization for you from Chief Junlei. Try not to spend it all in one place.
na.
I was doing some maintenance on the radiators and found this lying around. You look like you need it more than I do.
Was? Pep? Ach du. Pep-Pilz. Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott.
You're right, I don't. The board is after
Yep.
two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. You've got my attention.
Schade, keine Dialogoption mehr. Na,
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy because of you.
schade. Och, schade. Hätte mich schon interessiert, wie
This
es weiter
is Halcyon
geht.
News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled.
Hast du noch einen
Routing
Auftrag?
through the backup relay has saved us a mess of trouble. Thanks to you, the auxiliary will handle the signal load when the primary's caught in the occlusion.
Schade. So, Waffencheck. Stopp. Da muss ich noch mal kurz gucken. Was hatte die? Blitz. 68. Na.
You looking to shoot targets, varmints, or marauders? Whatever it is, I'll set you square.
Ah. Ui, 18. Das ist schon mal gut. Das wollte ich aufheben, ne? Die Schrotflinte, ich weiß nicht. Okay, das reicht. 43. Oh. Da muss ich gleich nochmal gucken. Eigentlich wollte ich gerade, dass sie das nimmt. 62. Puh, natürlich schon ein bisschen. Geschwindigkeit. Jetzt gar kein. Ja. Kann die eigentlich auch Gewehre nehmen? Tatsache. Gut zu wissen. Probieren wir mal so. Gewicht. Das lasse ich nochmal. Kann man das noch ändern? Lokal und... Schade.
Know what's happening on Terra 1? Last I heard, the board was in dispute with the Renegade Company. Sounded dire.
They call it Monarch now. It's supposed to be a real hellhole. Warlords drumming up marauder squads, blood running.
Rausweh. Was ist das denn?
In the streets, all kinds of shit.
So it went about as
Not your whole family tonight.
Ach so, hab ich schon. Nee, hab ich nicht.
You see we had a conveyor pull in?
Klappe. Verbockt. So, Ausweg. Achso, markieren noch.
Welcome back. Do wipe the blood and space dust from your feet in the entry bay. Thank you.
Und bei dir alles klar? Erzähl mal, erzähl.
Hey, Captain. I got a thing I
Ja.
want to ask you.
Frag
It's
mich.
kind of big. I was thinking about what you said before, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I reckon you're right. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing and ask Junlei to go steady, straight out. And I'm thinking of doing it here, on the ship.
Ja.
I was kind of hoping you'd offer. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I mean, look at me. I'm all covered in engine grease and I ain't showered in nigh on a week.
What?
Smell like sweat most days and, well, don't look too close on the fingernails. I was thinking, hoping, we could stop by Groundbreaker for bath supplies.
Man riecht gar nicht.
I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. You don't gotta change plans on account of me.
Na klar.
Anyhow, next time we dock in Groundbreaker, let me know. Because I want to come with.
Wir sind doch schon da. Hä? Hallo? Jetzt komm mit. Abduschen. Ne?
Yeah, huh?
Ha? Hä? War das gerade eine falsche Antwort, oder? Jetzt habe ich aber trotzdem gerade Bedenken. Naja, wenn die heiraten oder ist irgendwie...
This is Halcyon News.
Was passiert?
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? We got your punch right here.
Warum willst du zu der?
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late.
Oh, soll ich das? Eigentlich wollte ich diskret sein. Warte mal.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Where are we
was brauchst
headed?
du denn? Hätte ich doch das gefragt auf dem Schiff.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea.
Mhm. Scheiße.
I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself.
50.000, ne?
High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em, too.
Na los.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft.
Schmierfett, Euter.
Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Ups. Was? Ja.
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could eeny miny moe it.
Take your time, dear. A lady's scent says a lot about her.
Oha. Warte mal, ja, wir reden nun mal drüber.
Take your time, dear.
Tja.
That Chief Junlei sure seems well, huh?
Starr mich nicht so an. Ja, toll.
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children.
Nein.
Care to listen with me?
Duftseife. Habe ich jetzt irgendwas übersehen in den Gesprächen?
Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Was soll denn Schiffsfrische sein? Die liebt ihr Schiff. Und die Oma hatte auch schon das Schiff. Oh, ich würde das echt nicht verkacken hier. Ach nee.
Take your time, dear.
Ja, ja, ja. Also wirklich, das will ich nicht verkacken. Falls ich verkacke, gönn ich mir mal.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea.
Mhm.
Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included.
Was für ein Duft
I'll let you
ist
have
das?
one on clearance. You want
Ja.
rosish, mock apple and cinnamon,
Warte
or
mal.
refurbished ship?
Hat die Ingenieurin da irgendwann mal gesagt, oh, ist so dreckig hier auf dem Schiff? Fuck.
Like grit and grime covered over with cleaner, you mean? Well, that's a smell that means we're really going places.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
Oh, das wurde wieder falsch,
I'll
ey,
pay
oder?
for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear.
Ähm,
Anytime, sweetheart.
mhm.
You know where to find me.
I hope this fancy soap we got is extra strength. I'm feeling a mite ripe.
Komm, geh mal duschen.
Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Salt tuna and xenogold needle mushrooms. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets. Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
Wenn du bei mir bleibst. Ja, die haben auch ein paar Namen hier. So, was ist jetzt getriggert hier? Nein. Da kann ich ja noch nicht hin, ne? Da fehlen mir die 10.000. Wieso? Da. Hab ich die? Hey.
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children.
Mann,
Care to listen with me?
du machst mir Angst. Oh nein. Ja, Stella B. Okay. Ich glaube, auf dein Date musst du noch ein bisschen warten. Welche? Bin auch ein bisschen vergesslich.
I found a handsome ceramic mandapillar at a salvage auction last
Braucht
week.
schwere Munition. Oh, was ist das? Uiuiui. Oh, ich glaube nächste... Nee, kann ich nicht. Und gesagt. Nächstes Mal Shop-Tour. So, jetzt mal Kohle wieder. Was zu verkaufen noch?
Good to see you again.
Mhm. Ach, die finden wir doch eh normal. Stufe 10. Nein! Es hat nicht gereicht. Die nicht für Nahkampf nehmen. Tja, das ist natürlich doof. Naja. Hä? Ich grad blöde.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. Yes, dearie? Ain't that just a treat? So, you know Edna, over in engineering? On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. Edna didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her comms. So, like as not, someone's been down there recently.
Ach,
And if
hätte ich
someone
mal
set up
früher
shop
drüber
in Roseway, I'd
gelabert
wager they
mit der.
got something to hide.
Hätte ich rausgefunden, was ich eh rausgefunden habe, beim Reden, dass er eine kleine Lesbe ist. Aber hier hätte ich die Informationen bekommen.
Maybe whatever they're hiding went to heck, and now they need a few spare hands to clean up the mess. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Wieso nur schnüffeln? Och, ich will da zerstören. Ja, die ist auch nicht billig.
Neither do mine, dearie. Old Gladys knows the value of good work. You'll be compensated accordingly, I can promise you that. Should you find yourself responding to a certain distress call, and in so doing find yourself in possession of certain valuable corporate secrets, Well, then we ought to have a chat over a pot of tea and my famous cookies.
Ja. Das sind doch komische Kekse. Okay, mach
Law
mal.
bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Anytime, sweetheart.
Mehr war nicht?
You know where to find me.
Ah, die ist auch so ein bisschen andersrum, ne? Verstehe ich nicht.
Advertisement for the following story. And now for a special word from Chairman Rockton.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late.
War das der falsche?
What do you want then? My hard-earned wisdom? Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
Naja, stimme ich zu, aber
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
ich verstehe gerade nicht. Oh, schon wieder eine halbe Stunde um.